When I tried to kick him, I just put halfway, he fit in my face and they stopped there. By post they asked me how is it at 72. Martial arts legend Sammo Hung shares an intimate look into his experiences with the iconic Bruce Lee, known for his dynamic energy and groundbreaking contributions to martial arts cinema. Sammo Hung has captivated fans worldwide with his creativity and skill. For the first time, he opens up about his personal relationship with Bruce Lee, offering rare insights into the life and legacy of the martial arts pioneer. But before diving into these fascinating revelations, let's first explore Sammo Hung's early life and the remarkable journey that shaped his career. Sammo Hung's early life and career. Born on January 7, 1952 in Hong Kong, Sammo Hung came from a family deeply entrenched in the film industry. His father, Chin Chingan, was an actor from Shanghai, and his mother worked as a wardrobe artist. Because of their demanding jobs, Hung was raised mainly by his grandparents, who were famous people in the Hong Kong film business. His grandmother Chin Tang participated in more than 80 films, and his grandfather Hung Chung-ho was a director who worked between 1937 and 1950. These formative experiences instilled in Hung a lifelong interest in film. At the age of 9, Hung joined the prestigious China Drama Academy, a paying opera school in Hong Kong, where he trained rigorously in martial arts, acrobatics, and acting. Under the guidance of Master Yu Jim Yuan, he became a key member of the Seven Little Fortunes, a group that included future stars like Jackie Chan and Unbai. In the meantime, he used the character name Yuan Lung, following the custom of using the master's surname. Hung's acting career started shortly after matriculating at the academy, first appearing in Education of Love 1961, and then sharing the screen with Jackie Chan in Big and Little Wong Tin Bar 1962. Already at the age of 14, he started working at Shaw Brothers Studio as an assistant for action director Han Ying-ji. As Come Drink With Me 1966, his breakthrough came in 1973, when he appeared as a sparring partner in Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, a role that introduced him to a broader audience and paved the way for his future in action cinema. In the years that followed, Hung became known for his unique blend of martial arts and comedy. His directorial debut came in 1977 with Iron Fisted Monk, showcasing his innovative choreography and storytelling. Throughout the late 1970s and 1980s, he became a household name in Hong Kong cinema, starring in and directing successful films like Encounters of the Spooky Kind 1980, The Prodigal Son 1981, and The Magnificent Butcher 1979, solidifying his status as a versatile filmmaker. His work with Jackie Chan and Wai Bao, notably in films such as Project in 1983 and Wheels on Meals 1984, mixed high-paced action with creating icons of Hong Kong cinema. Hung's contribution to the martial arts film genre is undeniable, as is his skills in creating intricate fight sequences, incorporating at the same time both emotional richness and irony in comedy. His dual contributions as both an actor and director helped shape the genre's future, leaving an indelible mark that continues to influence martial arts films today. Throughout his career, Hung founded various production companies such as Gabo Motion Picture Company and Boho Films, which created several blockbusters during the golden age of Hong Kong film. His work advanced the workmanship of action choreography and narrative storytelling, in turn directing the trajectories of martial arts movies. Challenges Sammo Hung faced. Hung's experience, although successful, was far from smooth. Hung sustained a critical leg injury while exercising at the China Drama Academy in his teenage years. Although the details of the injuries remain scarce, it was severe enough to confine him to bed for an extended period. At this pivotal moment in his life, as he transitioned from intense training to a budding film career, Hung recalled the pain and his master Yu Jim Yuan's insistence that he continue performing despite his limp. The aftermath of the injury proved difficult. Without training for 2 months, Hung accumulated a considerable amount of weight that he ascribed to his inactivity, and eating. This period of recovery coincided with an adolescent growth spurt, and his weight gain eventually influenced the types of roles he was offered in films, often casting him as villains or comedic characters due to his larger physique. However, Hung's toughness led him back to the business as a stuntman and fight director. In a flash later, he recalled the formative experience in interviews and autobiographical writings and discussed appreciative lessons he learned from it and its impact on how he worked in film. His time at the China Drama Academy and recovery from the injury were dramatized in the 1988 film Painted Faces, which depicted the tough realities of training under stringent conditions, his nickname meaning Three Heads was based on a popular Chinese comic hero and reflected his heavy business build. Despite his early triumphs, the late 1980s presented further struggles. While Hung enjoyed success with films like Project in 1983 and Dragons Forever 1988, the rise of Jackie Chan's international fame began to overshadow his own achievements, with Chan's career rising to the top. However, Hung's commercial success started to decline, with movie titles like Pantahoho's Hero 1990 and Slickers vs. Killers 1991 failing both critically and commercially. This shift led to tensions between the two friends, but Hung remained active in the industry, continuing to take on various roles in front of and behind the camera, adapting to the changing landscape of martial arts cinema. Beyond popularity decline, Hung also suffered financially. As a producer, having founded his own production company Boho Films, he continued to try to forge new avenues for himself and others, yet most of his works lost budget, with a retreat of funding for Into the Fire 1991. Golden Harvest ended a long and successful collaboration with one of the film production studios that had been instrumental in launching his career. This financial setback forced Hung to reconsider his position within the industry due to the changing scenario of the film industry. In the early 1990s, Hung's work transitioned from act to backstage jobs. He became more involved in action choreography and mentoring younger talent, and he also began directing films that capitalized on new trends within the martial arts genre. Nevertheless, the change was difficult because he had to fight against new filmmakers who were rewriting the trajectory of the genre. Despite these difficulties, Hung experienced a resurgence in popularity in the late 1990s with his role in the American television series Martial Law, which ran from 1998 to 2000. Although the show provided him with significant exposure to Western audiences, Hung eventually left due to dissatisfaction with the writing. In recent years, Hung has enjoyed another resurgence in both acting and directing. His past as an action choreographer in Ip Man 2008 and its sequels made him a media sensation once again, and he returned to the director's chair with The Bodyguard 2016. After almost 2 decades, he also starred in notable films such as Call of Heroes 2016 and God of War 2017, proving that he still possessed the charisma and skill that had once made him a beloved figure in martial arts cinema. Hung's impact on the genre has been highlighted extensively and awarded many recognition, such as a Lifetime Achievement Award at the New York Asian Film Festival FAL 2010. His impact is not limited to his own work, as he has trained hundreds of young actors and stunt people who have evolved the genre. Even now, Hung's personal life. However, despite these professional resurgences, Hung's personal life faced significant challenges. His first marriage to Jo Yo, a Korean woman, began in 1973, and together they had 4 children, 3 sons, Timmy, Jimmy, and Sammy, and a daughter, Stephanie. Unfortunately, their marriage ended in divorce in 1994 after 21 years. This separation occurred during a particularly difficult period in Hung's career, when he was transitioning from a successful actor and director to facing a decline in the Hong Kong film industry. Stress emanating from his professional problems probably played a role in the collapse of the relationship following his divorce from Jo Yeon Osam. So Hung entered a relationship with Joyce Gadenzi, a former Miss Hong Kong, which began during a challenging period in his career. Professional cooperation between the two started with the 1987 film Eastern Condors, in which Gadenzi performed the role of a Vietnamese guerrilla fighter despite never having trained in martial arts. As their professional relationship blossomed, their personal connection deepened, and they married in 1995. Despite the solid foundation of their relationship, their partnership also faced pressures. Gadenzi's shift from fashion modeling to acting under Hung's direction propelled her into the limelight, adding a layer of complexity to her personal and professional relations. Nevertheless, their relationship persists, and they have continued to be in a relationship for decades. Hung's working life has been one of constant tension between responsibilities in and out inside the workplace. Extended hours running set with times away from the family led to strains on his relationships. Hung has expressed regret in interviews over not being able to spend enough time with his children during their formative years due to his busy filming schedule. As his children grew older, some even pursuing careers in entertainment, Hung navigated the complexities of supporting them as both a father and mentor while continuing to manage his own career. His son Sammy Hung followed in his footsteps by becoming an actor and martial artist, adding another layer of complexity to their relationship as they shared similar professional ambitions in addition to career pressures. Health challenges have impacted Hung's personal life. He underwent an emergency heart surgery in 2010 because of its associated complications with his obesity and unhealthy lifestyles. This health scare forced him to reconsider his approach to both his physical well-being and his relationships with family and loved ones, prompting a re-evaluation of his priorities. Bruce Lee's early life and career. Now, let's turn to Lee. Bruce Lee, born Lee Jun Fan on November 27, 1940 in San Francisco, California, is widely regarded as one of the most influential martial artists and cultural icons of the 20th century. Lee's father, Lee Hoi Chen, was a Cantonese opera singer, and his mother, Grace Ho, was of Eurasian lineage. Lee's birth occurred during the Hour of the Dragon, a detail that would later influence his nickname Little Dragon. Lee's family returned to Hong Kong shortly after his birth, where he spent much of his childhood. Growing up in a theatrical family, he was exposed to the world of film early on. By the age of 3 months, Lee made his first appearance in a film as a stand-in for an American baby in Golden Gate Girl 1941. This early exposure to filmography represented the start of his lifelong involvement with the entertainment business. Bruce, as an early child actor, made about 20 films between 1946 and 1958. His early roles included co-starring with his father in The Kid 1950, which marked his first leading role. Despite this exposure to cinema, Bruce faced challenge is typical of many children in the entertainment industry. Lee's mixed background led to feelings of inadequacy and insecurity during his childhood. He was often teased by peers for his appearance and heritage, which contributed to his struggle with self-identity. These early experiences of feeling like an outsider instilled in him a determination to prove himself and assert his identity through martial arts and performance. As a teenager, Bruce faced significant bullying from British students. At school, his small stature and mixed heritage made him an easy target for ridicule. In response to this bullying, he joined a street gang as a means of self-defense. This decision marked a turning point in his life, as it led him into a world of street fighting and rebellion against authority figures. His involvement in street fights became increasingly frequent during this period. Lee's competitive spirit often led him to confrontations with rival gang, which resulted in numerous altercations. In one notable incident in 1958, after a challenge from a rival martial arts school, Lee engaged in a rooftop fight that escalated dramatically. The aftermath involved police intervention when the parents of his opponent filed a complaint against him, prompting his mother to take responsibility for his actions at the police station. Bruce's rebellious nature extended into his academic life as well. He attended several schools throughout his youth, including Lel College and St. Francis Xavier College. However, he struggled with academic performance and discipline at these institutions. Teachers described him as lazy and stubborn, often leading to conflicts with authority figures. His disruptive behavior resulted in multiple expulsions from prestigious schools in Hong Kong. Despite these setbacks, Bruce found solace in martial arts training under the guide of Master Yip Man. His need for discipline and focus drew him to Wing Chun Kung Fu at the age of 13. This style of Southern Chinese Kung Fu emphasizes close-range combat and powerful strikes, making it particularly suitable for someone of Bruce's stature. Bruce's training with Yip Man marked a significant turning point in his life. Under Yip's guidance, he developed essential skills such as speed, reflexes, and psychological resilience. The training not only equipped him with practical fighting techniques, but also instilled a sense of discipline and focus that would serve him well throughout his life. As Bruce honed his martial arts skills, he began participating in local competitions. His competitive spirit drove him to engage in street fights as well, which were common among youths in Hong Kong at the time. These experiences further shaped his approach to martial arts as a means of personal empowerment and self-improvement. By the age of 16, he had gained enough confidence and capability to defend himself effectively against multiple opponents. Despite his growing prowess in martial arts, Bruce continued to face social challenges. His mixed heritage often led to reluctance among some students to train with him at Yip Man School due to prevailing attitudes about race within the martial arts community. However, this adversity motivated him to seek private lessons from Yip Man and other senior students like Wang Shun. Liang Li's martial arts training was complemented by his interest in dance. He won the Hong Kong Cha Championship at age 18. This combination of skills helped him develop exceptional footwork and body coordination, essential attributes for both dancing and martial arts. Bruce Lee's father, Li Hoi-chin, was a well-known Cantonese opera singer who had high expectations for his son. The pressure to succeed in the art was palpable within the family dynamic. Bruce's early exposure to performance through his father's career laid the groundwork for his future endeavors, but also created expectations that he felt compelled to meet. After facing continuous disciplinary issues at school due to his rebellious behavior in street fighting incidents, Bruce's parents decided it was time for a drastic change. In April 1959, facing ongoing conflicts with local gangs and police due to street fighting incidents, Bruce's parents decided to send him to live with family and friends in San Francisco, United States, with a message that it was time for him to sink or swim. This